The more I seek you, the more I find you. The more I find you, the more I love you. I wanna sit at your feet, drink from the cup in your hand, lay back against you and breathe, feel your heartbeat. This love is so deep, it's more than I can stand. I melt in your peace, it's overwhelming. So the truth is that while we are loved, and while we are cared for, and while we are enough, and while we are worth it, and while we are seated in heavenly places with Him, and while we are the breath of heaven, and while we are a light for a dark world, and the salt of the earth, but the truth of the matter is that sometimes things go crazy, and sometimes things hurt, and sometimes families struggle, and sometimes people change. And I just want you to know that if I had went through the things that I'm going through and have went through in the last 2 weeks, and the heartache that I felt, if I had went through those things 6 months ago, I don't know how I possibly could have survived it. The heartache of a mother has got to be one of the most intense things in the world. I want you to know that God knows your pain, and that He's here with you. And that while it hurts, and while you may feel like there's an elephant sitting on your chest and you just want to grab a pillow and throw yourself into it and just cry, listen to me, cry out to Him. I have never felt alone. I've never felt like my prayers weren't answered. He has absolutely been my rock and my shield. So I want you to know that whatever you're going through right now, that He hears you, and He's there with you. And you can feel the pain, and you can feel the heartache. But He's going to wrap His arms around you, and He's going to tell you it's okay. He's going to give you that strength to go ahead and crawl out of that bed. He's going to give you the strength to plaster that smile on when you absolutely don't feel like it. He's going to give you the strength when you're laying in bed at night, no one else is around, and it's just you in the darkness, that you're not in darkness at all. His heart and your heart are one. And as long as you continue to feel like your heart is singular and that it belongs to no one but you, you'll never come to realize that it does belong to you. And that He's not separate from you. And that He's right there in the center of your chest. And that He's absolutely there to hold you. Listen to me, friend. It doesn't take some big long prayer. It doesn't take some big plan of reading the Bible in 6 months and reading the Bible in a year. And it doesn't take some big plan to do anything to trust the Father, except for understand that it's your and Jesus' trust together. He's not separate from you. He is the one who is the giver of your trust. He is feeling it with you. It is His. It is yours. It is yours together. You are absolutely 150,000% one with Him. And as long as you continue to feel like a wretched sinner worthy of no one, when life hits, when the storms come, when your rock feels shaken, It's going to change you, and it's going to damage you, and it's going to cut, and it's going to tear, and it's going to have very, very lasting effects on your life. But if you'll trust in Him, come to accept what He says about you, which is that you were made perfect on the cross and you were made righteous. And that if you're still a sinner, then Jesus wasn't raised up for the dead. There was no need to raise Him up from the dead if He was just going to leave Him in the grave. That's not when your salvation happened. Your salvation happened when He came back up out of that tomb. Do you hear me? And whether or not you want to believe in God, or you want to call it a Christianity, or whatever you want to call it, I'm telling you that you know in the center of your gut exactly who it is that you're one with. It's the very best you, that's Him. The very best Him, that's you. You are the most beautiful mouthpiece of glory and grace. Don't be afraid to share your life and to share it bright and bold and beautiful and outside the lines. I love you so much. I believe in you. And He believes in you too. Go ahead and realize that it's His belief you can stand on. When you feel weak, oh, He is so strong. Trust in Him.